Hello, welcome to our podcast on analysis of Taylor Swift's
song
album. Song 3.
Which is The Last Great American Dynasty, which reminds me of, what's that one where she's like, I swapped the Madison Square Gardens for a garden of my own in red.
Oh, I don't know.
Lucky one. Where she's like, but then that's what originally, because it's like such a story about like, I was famous, but I actually didn't want to be.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like all about like her buying a house that everyone was like, oh, the woman ruined this dynasty, and she's like, fuck it, I'm taking it.
Yeah. She's like,
I will be a dynasty.
Mm.
What's that song with a dynasty in it? I don't think it's Taylor Swift's song, so it's not relevant.
I like this one. This is the one that is like closest to a bop. You know, like it's kind of like a bit more like upbeat.
You know what? It's like half the Lucky One, half Cornelia Street.
Yeah.
It's like Cornelia Street vibe.
That's Great American Dynasty.
Yeah, it's very storytelling-y.
Yeah, this is just a whole story, this one.
Yeah, it's interesting because I was like, oh, this is clearly one of the fictional ones, and then right at the end she's like, I bought that house. So it's just like, so I don't know if it was like fictional and then she just like inserted herself into it, or it was like what actually happened with the house, which could be because she buys a lot of big houses that like a woman, because like,
and they like judged her. She is the woman that's like that. She's like money grabbing, blah blah.
Well, yeah, or that like the woman like ruined the dynasty, and then she's like, screw it, I'm making my own like female dynasty, and it's me next. You're not getting another like rich millionaire man here.
Ooh.
I wish we'd have recorded earlier because our thoughts on the other ones were great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Maybe we'll summarise at the end the first ones.
Well, we'll just record it as if it happened in real time. Listen to them again.
We could. We'll do that. Yeah.
This is the closest one to a bop. I like that none of them are bops though, because I think it's just like, because sometimes when you're listening to a Taylor Swift album, you get like a bit disjointed because you're like,
there's too many tones.
Well, not too many tones, but like you flick back and you're like, oh, this is beautiful storytelling. Oh, now I want to dance. Whereas this has a very specific vibe. Although I guess Reputation did have a specific vibe, but that was like not my vibe.
But Reputation had a certain vibe, but then it had like lovely, beautiful love songs in it when she was actually happy.
Yeah, what was the one? New Year's Day.
And Dress and stuff like that. Like they're all about Joe.
I think you meant your Joe then.
No.
They're all about Joe. In my mind, they're about Joseph. And me.
That's what I used to think when I was like 11. I listened to the first album.
No,
it was about me and Ben Heath.
Yeah.
The loudest woman.
That there was a couple of songs with like really strong like female like
Mad Woman.
They're less like obvious than the man. The man is like very in your face, like I care about feminism. Whereas this one and Mad Woman are just like, fuck it, we're here.
Yeah, like cool
we're
women.
Not queer.
Yeah. Or maybe we are. They.
It's from James's perspective.
James is her though.
Oh yeah, James Taylor. Conspiracy theory. We should at least send this to Katie.
Yeah. Katie can reply with her own analysis. Katie, if you're listening, welcome.
Oh, Bon Iver.
This is my favourite.
I'm so excited. I love Bon Iver.
I love his voice.
It's
like velvet, you know?
I love Bon Iver though, and I have done for a really long time. And you know why? This is a tangent, but my friend, once I had her for Secret Santa, and I decided to make her a mixtape of all songs that were called Emma. And Bon Iver has a song called Emma Forever Ago, and that's how I found Bon Iver, and I was like 14.
That's so cute.
We should make each other mixtapes.
Oh, that's
like
nice.
Or just like a playlist on Spotify.
All my songs that I like are songs that you like. I view all of your playlists for me anyway. This song, here's my analysis of this song. What I feel it is it's a relationship that has broken down where they've been miscommunicating, because he says like, you gave me no signs, and she's like, I gave you so many signs. They just didn't communicate. They misunderstood each other.
But maybe like some people's signs aren't everybody's signs, you know? Like sometimes you think you're being really obvious, and then people are like, oh, I didn't get that at all.
Yeah.
And it's not even that they're just dense, it's that like,
many signs.
Wow. I wonder if this is fictional or it's like Bon Iver's experience or like her experience. Because you know when she did that song that's like, this is the last time, with the guy from, he's not from Coldplay. He's from a band. No, he's from Snow Patrol.
I love Snow Patrol.
Have you heard the last time? This is the
don't think
last
so.
time I'm telling you this. Write your name on the. It's from Red. Oh.
I don't know Red as well as the other ones, you know.
We will analyse Red tomorrow.
Yeah,
or Sunday.
tomorrow evening. Every evening
we will
we
start this
review
podcast.
a different Taylor Swift. Why
I'll
not?
edit it tomorrow. Whenever we go to High Cafe.
Ah, that's cute. I
I'll
like
put
that.
all our personal details on.
Yeah.
Joseph Collins. I'll bleep it.
Yeah, then it makes us seem mysterious.
Who are these girls?
Who are they talking about?
I think we're not listening to the song.
No, but I love this one. I love the harmonies in it. I love the vibe of it.
It really has last time vibes. We'll have to listen to it later.
Ugh.
Oh no, we'll listen to it for the first time when we do our Red analysis.
Yeah.
Because then it'll be fresh for you.
Yeah. A lot of
Whereas
them,
I've heard Red a lot of times.
a lot of like the in-between albums, I don't know the whole album, I just know random songs, you know?
Red was the first one that I was a fan like before it came out. Like I was waiting for it, and when it was released, I like bought it on the day. I like listened to it constantly for a month. That was the first one.
Oh.
Like, which is now I do every time, which is what I did with Lover last year.
Yeah. See, because I was a big fan in the first
I'm
two...
just like, I put my jacket down, I'm just sat on the grass.
The first two albums, and then it was not cool to be a fan.
Oh, it wasn't cool, but I continued.
And then I got back into it in 1989.
No, I was a fan. Like I found it in Speak Now, and I stayed a fan.
I
the whole
respect
time.
that. I was easily swayed.
I was not openly a fan, but I loved it. 'Cause I was part of a, on Goodreads.
Yeah.
They do like fan groups, and I was part of a Taylor Swift fan group.
Oh,
I liked
that's
two
cute.
of them, and we would like play games and talk about Taylor Swift. And Goodreads was the only form of social media I had. I was just in this little Taylor Swift fan group. At one point, I had a Taylor Swift fan account, like Twitter account.
Oh, that's why you've got your Swiftie information.
No, I don't use that one anymore, but I just follow some Swifties on my other account. I've just kind of combined all my fandoms into one Twitter account.
Oh, you love this one.
Let's listen. That's intense.
God.
Even on my worst days, I deserve all the hell he gave me.
Oof, God.
Ooh. She's like seems crazy, and they're just like pretending it doesn't happen. If I'm dead to you, why you awake? That's my favorite line, because it's like clearly someone who like she's like devastated over there, pretending they don't care, but they're still showing up.
They're like
still, like,
flaunting.
I'm dead to you, but like you're still showing up.
Yeah.
But like pretending you don't care.
Yeah.
If you're dead to me, why are you at my wake? Fuck off. I love that song, that line. Ooh, you know I didn't want to have to haunt you, but what a ghostly scene. Macbeth vibes.
As you bury me.
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
you killed her.
And she didn't want to have to haunt him, but he's just behaving badly. This is about Calvin.
Yeah, oh, fully. Well, because they had a messy breakup, didn't they? They had then that public thing about that song
Yeah.
where she wanted credit or whatever.
She didn't want credit, it just came out that he hadn't given her credit. Because at the time she didn't care.
Yeah.
But then it became like the scandal.
A whole thing.
Calvin is such a funny name. It doesn't sound like it should be his name.
It's not even his real name.
On its own though, do you not think like it's like Calvin Harris sounds okay, but Calvin is just like
Calvin. In your bones.
you can, is that you can
It's
give
very
me all
like-
your heart, all your blood, but you would still miss me in your bones.
Oh,
Was that the line? Because
I think so. It's very like bodily, like deathly imagery.
It's
This
goth.
is angst,
It's
yeah.
absolute gothic. And
Yeah.
I bet your favourite.
Emo. Bleep that.
She must have such a visual mind.
Yeah.
Because all of it is such imagery.
Yeah.
Like I bet she thinks in like mostly images.
I loved that bit in the music where she said the battleships will sink beneath the waves, and it like swelled, so it was like the wave.
Like a wave.
Oh,
we
God.
know music. I should snap this up. This is gold.
Yeah.
You know like the kind of conversations that people like watch on TV and they're like ha ha ha, and I'm like, this is my life.
I'm a comedian.
Comedian.
What one is this? Is this Mirrorball? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
Mirrorball.
Oh, I love Mirrorball.
So the metaphor in Mirrorball is that like she's reflected everywhere.
I think it's like she's like fragmented. It's like she's like sparkly and having a good time, and then she like cracks. She's like a show for everyone. I think this one starts very softly and hits a peak, and I love it. A million pieces shining just for you.
Oh, she thinks she's shining just for him, and then she looks up and it's mirrored and she's shining for everyone else. Classic. Yeah, she's stretching and stretching, desperately wants to be like, I'm shining just for you. She's on her tiptoes, she's in the highest heel, trying really, really hard.
Because she thinks he's above her.
What do we call a mirror ball in the UK? We don't call it mirror ball.
Disco ball.
Is it just disco ball? Disco
think so.
light?
I think it's disco ball.
Unrelatable to your UK audience.
I feel ostracised.
I wonder if this is all about the pressure to seem like she's having a great time all the time. Oh, she's trying everything to get him to laugh with her, and he won't.
Well, like, she's in the circus, she's on the tightrope, and everyone else has left, but she's still trying. Like, the relationship is over, and she's still trying. She's still trying everything to keep you looking at me.
I wonder, you know in Begin Again, where she goes on a different date, and she's like, this guy like didn't think I was anything special, and then I went on this new date and it felt like love began again. Like, do you think that's, it could be like the same relationship, like the idea of like, he never thought I was funny but you do?
Yeah.
Do you know Begin Again? It's red.
Not as well.
We will do red.
Yeah.
Don't you worry, audience.
Listeners. Oh, is this 7?
Yeah.
Oh,
I love 7.
I love 7.
Oh god, I thought she was going to say hit my peak at 17, and I was like, Taylor, no. This is your peak.
She peaked at 7 years old, so.
No, 17.
Oh, is that what she said?
No, she said I hit my peak at 7 feet. I don't know what she
I thought she meant 7 years old.
No, I hit my peak at 2, personally. 2, and then I was not myself again until 20. Blacked out in the middle of that. That's too personal.
Bleep it.
I don't know if it's just because she says the word summer, but this little bit reminds me of Cruel Summer.
I think it does have a similar one.
Because, like, you know, when she's, like, describing the cruel summer, she's like, ba-ba-da-biddy, and it's, like, all these different things, and then she's like, sweet tea in the summer, and it's, like, all the list of things.
Yeah.
Very imagery based. We know you're a visual learner, Taylor. We love you.
Do you make a mind map?
I bet she does. I love you, Taylor. Love that you're a visual learner. We support your every endeavour. We bought your vinyls.
We bought so much. I'm so glad I didn't buy 2 CDs, but I think I will eventually, but just not in one go. That's crazy.
I really want the poster, but I just don't have any money.
I want that Trees one as a poster, but they're selling that. Why?
Someone will eventually. Oh, hide in the closet and just like a fool or love will be past. That's a gay metaphor. Surely.
Oh, interesting.
Like, well, it doesn't have to be, but you know, like you like hide away, and then if you're like focusing on hiding it away, then it passes you by.
Yeah.
Because that happened with her and Tom
Hiddleston.
because they were like so focused. Oh wait, no. Someone else, that they were like so focused on hiding it that it like burned it out too fast. You know, she was saying like, I just can't have any relationship because the media gets it so fast it burns it out.
Yeah.
That's interesting, like hiding in the closet for so long, the love passes us by.
That's sad.
You're focused on like hiding. It's okay, it's just a sweet tea in the summer. This one feels very personal. Passed on like folk songs, our love lasts so long.
So it's like the relationship has ended, but the love lives on, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it's like a lot of this album feels like a beautiful love that she wanted but couldn't have. She's
gay. Carly Claus, it's for you.
We all interpretations are our own.
Yeah, don't sue us, Taylor, please.
But doesn't that feel like it? Like we're hidden in a closet for so long. Like we could never have it, but our love was pure and beautiful. But it could never happen. Like so many of these songs say that.
Yeah,
so many. I know they're fictional, Taylor. But
fictional.
You can be you have an alter fictional lesbian ego.
August
is one of the tied ones.
This is one of the affair one. It's a very autumnal feeling album to drop in the summer, isn't it? Whereas Lover was like, summer!
Yeah, I know, but she said like, I'm sick of like thinking,
Waiting
like,
for the
marketing everything
perfect
through
time.
and like being this like polished person. I wrote it and I want to drop it now, so I'm dropping it now.
Yeah.
Which I respect, and also seasons aren't real anymore.
True.
Also, it is nearly August.
You were never mine.
August slipped away like a bottle of wine. So this in the trilogy is like, the card at the end is like, you loved me. Oh, it's like, you loved me so much and you discarded me. And this is the person who they cheated with.
Yeah, I think
Because
so.
then you're like August slipped away, but you were never mine. Like they had this like
Yeah.
month of love, and it like they were so in love, like under August skies, but it was never theirs.
Yeah.
Because the other girl felt like discarded, and then Betty is from James's perspective.
Yeah.
Where he's like, please, Betty.
Betty, I'm sorry. To live for the hope of it all. It's different. Meet me behind the mall. She must have had so much fun creating these characters and being like, song perspective. Because like, what's what you do when you write a song for a movie? Like, she's written songs for movies before.
Yeah.
And they're like for different characters.
It's interesting because she always writes as well as the girl who was like cheated on and is like, fuck you.
Not
You know,
this
like-
girl
like-
who like is participating in it.
Yeah, not this girl who's like, oh, I knew it was wrong, but like I loved it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, but I just was like so in love.
There's
Because,
another.
because she wrote like Better Than Revenge, where she's like, oh, you cheated on me, and should have said no.
Yeah.
I know these are early ones, but then she also, you know, with that other group did Why Did You Do It, Babe? Which is like when they get cheated, you know. It's like somebody else's song, but she like features on it.
Oh.
And it's like, how could you do this, babe? And it's like they've been cheated on, and they're like, come on.
Interesting. It's interesting that this is a trilogy, but I think illicit affairs also ties into it as well, because that's literally about an affair.
I think she was having fun like getting into all these different headspaces, because she's like seems to me like such an imaginative person that normally her life is so controlled, and she's literally given like months just to think.
Yeah.
And like she was imagining all these situations. I think it's done wonders for her, really.
Yeah.
Because normally she must be from like place to place to place to place to place, and like no time to think. But like, you know.
I bet it's been good for their relationship as well to just be together.
Yeah, but just to be given like time to like think and rest must be like crazy if
Yeah.
you're creative, because like just trying to sit there and write something when you can't is horrible. Oh, this is very musically nice. I like this.
Yeah, I've not really noticed this one before this listening, actually. It was enough for me to wait for the hope of it all. That's sad. But sad in a different way.
It's an interesting perspective, isn't it? Especially from like Taylor's backlog. You don't really often get songs that are like,
I was the other woman.
I was the other woman and I knew it was wrong. Not that are like gentle anyway. Like you always get like harsh songs about cheating rather than just like, or sad songs, but you never just get like gentle. Genteel. This is me trying.
Oh, I've not really noticed one
No,
this
I've not
before.
noticed this one either. They are all distinctly different, but because they sound similar, if you're not
I think
focusing properly.
they flow into each other nicely.
Yeah.
She said it's like a stream of consciousness.
Yeah. You can definitely tell they were like all written and produced together.
Yeah, they all have
Like,
a
'cause some of
similar
them on
vibe.
different albums, like she'll produce one with this person and then she'll write one alone. Like Lover and Me have drastically different vibes.
Yeah. That's sad.
This is one of the ones that's like on the verge of breaking up ones. Like she's trying, but she didn't know if they even wanted her back.
That imagery from that last, which song was it? But where she's on the tightrope and the whole circus is gone, but
Mirrorball.
she's still trying. Oh my god.
That is Taylor Swift in a nutshell. Like when we watch that documentary and she's just like trying so hard
Yeah.
like everybody else, and everybody just keeps tearing her down. Like what an I know we both cried, but it was very
It was
emotional.
so intense. I would watch it again.
Yeah. Well, it just like my heart hurt like all the way through, because I was
Yeah.
like, here's this girl who's been like trained to impress people, and she just like desperately wants to do that, and every single time people hate her.
Yeah.
Like Reputation was such a successful album, but like it still like couldn't be good enough for her, and she was like upset over it.
Yeah.
And it's not because she's like shallow, it's because like,
She puts her heart and soul into it.
and she was trained into it, and everyone was like, oh, it's not as good.
Yeah.
But this one is so much more raw than any other album. Because
Yeah.
every other album you get like one or two like really raw songs.
And then it's like,
And then-
and now on with the bops.
Yeah, I mean there are quite, especially in the early stuff, there are a lot of like really like honest. We always say it's really, really honest, but
Yeah.
you don't get as much like really raw,
Yeah.
like sad raw. Like a lot of songs in love are like fun, like a London boy. It's like,
Yeah. You know, I love a London boy.
yeah, it's just like fun.
At least I'm trying.
She puts so much pressure on herself. And because I bet it must be even worse in a relationship if you know that if you break up, that's going to be like scandal news. That like you've got to be like, it's not even like it's just sad for you. Like people are going to care.
Yeah.
And people are going to be like, oh, Taylor's lost another
And
man.
right about it.
They're going to be like, oh, 10th man unlucky for Taylor
Slander
Swift.
you, yeah.
Fucking hell. Listen to fans.
This is the one. There's a line where it's like you don't put on that perfume that you chose just for him because you just don't even exist.
Wow.
Ooh.
Let's listen. Because it starts in beautiful rooms and they like draw you in, and then it's just like feels shady. I wonder if she had an affair. There's quite a lot of songs about affairs.
I know. When would she have had an affair?
This is 2 songs from the perspective of like somebody who had an affair and was sad that it was over.
Yeah.
I don't think she did. Maybe she's just really good at getting inside people's heads, but you know. Because like people write books about stuff they don't experience at all.
True. Like you
Oh
don't
my
even
gosh.
exist.
A drug that only worked the first few hundred times. It's just like dying down. My God, this moody sky feels so appropriate.
No, isn't it so angsty? Look at that bit over there.
Angst. Goth sky.
Goth.
A drug that only works the first few hundred times. I like that. That's intense.
You die a million little times. You lie.
That's what she's saying, is that it's not like a straight up end, it's just like a little death every time. Like
Death by 1,000 cuts.
Like 1,000 little lights, and one goes off one by one. Have you ever heard that passage of song that's like, we're all born with a million little lights in my heart, and then one by one they all go out when different things happen.
No, that's sad.
It is. It's a beautiful song though.
Look at this idiotic fool you made me.
That's what I mean about imagery, like you can almost like see it when like the little ones go out one by one, like little fireflies.
Oh,
For you, I would ruin myself.
a million little times, God.
I wonder if this is going to be interesting to listen to because you don't have the context.
No, it's just us being like, ooh.
We will send it to you, Katie.
Yeah,
I hope you have made it this
it's
far.
good. It's good for the memes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if she just puts it on, it's like we're just chatting to you. It's like we're there.
Yeah. Invisible String. Oh, I didn't even notice
I
this one.
like this one. I really like
that's
this
what
one.
Gabby Dunn always says though about her grandma, is that she wished she had like recorded her voice more, because you get more of like, you know, before she died, because you get like more of liveliness than just like a picture.
Yeah.
He used to wear a teal shirt at a yogurt shop. I'm following.
This is about like the string of fate tying you to people.
Like, God bless the broken road that led me straight to you, from Hannah Montana the movie.
I think this one is gorgeous.
It is lovely. You go, Taylor. Oh, did she say Bad Was the Blood of the name of the song? like they listened to Bad Blood on the way there. Like he
Ooh.
did, and then he went and you happened to go to the same dinner. Like all these little things like tying together. It's like this Liam Hemsworth interview where he's like, I used to watch Hannah Montana and have a crush on Hannah. That is cool. I don't know if I believe in the concept. Like sometimes I'm like, I do believe in like an invisible string that's like constantly pulling you a bit closer, but also some things feel so random. Like, are you supposed to meet people, or are you just like incredibly lucky to meet people?
I think
'Cause, like-
I believe in fate and stuff.
Yeah, because sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. Because sometimes when like the chain of events are so specific, it feels like fate. Because like both with you meeting Joe and with like us three meeting, the chain of events was really specific. To be able
And
to
then
meet. But
that's
then-
like dictated our whole lives,
Is it
like
like
from
hard-
that point
or
on.
was that just like extreme luck?
I don't know, because like, what are the chances of meeting people that are so like you? Cold was the axe that I had to grind against the boys that broke my heart, and now I send their babies presents. It's just like the turn of fate and the turn of the wheel, and like
That's
you're
lovely.
upset about things, but then you just kind of move on into adulthood and stuff.
Yeah. You do need time. 10
Yeah.
years or wounds.
It's like this mystical turn she's talking about that like takes you to where you need to be and stuff.
Yeah, and she's talking about like how when you're young, your emotions are really like strong, and then you just have to learn to like get over it. Because she did start when she was like 16, and when you're 16, you feel everything so deep.
So intensely.
Oh, I hope this is about Joe.
I think it is.
Lovely soulmate Joe. Unless you have a girlfriend, Taylor.
You're only allowed to leave Joe if it's for a woman, Taylor. There, we've spoken.
It's true.
It's so weird what you feel when you're 16. Like, I felt so many things so intensely, and now I don't even think about these people at all.
Yeah, I still do.
Living in the past.
No, I still feel a lot of things intense.
I thought you were like, I still think about all the things when I was 16.
I mean, occasionally do, but not really.
Yeah, you can't dwell on them though, 'cause it's just so irrelevant.
Mad woman,
there's a good
we
one.
stand
Mad woman.
I identify with this one so hard. You strike to kill, and you know I will. Absolutely, like, stand up for yourself.
I love Taylor. We tan.
Powerful stuff. Get crazy. Every time you call me crazy, get more crazy. True. Like a mad woman, it's true. Power to change the world.
I like a mad woman.
You
made her like that.
You did make her like that. Oh, did she say like you beat that bear till the claws come out?
Yeah.
And you find something to wrap a noose around? Like they were like poking until she attacked, and then they used that attack to like say, well, she needs hanging.
Yeah.
Like, which is true. That's what happened. They went at her and at her and at her until she was like come on, I'm
Clapped
saying
back,
something,
yeah.
and then they were like, we're hanging you.
Yeah.
Did you think I'd be fine? Still got scars on the back from your knife. Oh, what's that one that's like you? Oh, it's in thingy when it's like you invited me in and threw away the key or something. You know?
Yeah, that's from Look What You Made Me Do.
Yeah.
Feels for me like the third one is the chill version of Look What You Made Me Do and
The
Blank
Man.
Space.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and The Man, I suppose. It's all similar themes of like people,
people being like, listen,
thinking that
this is
she's this
enough.
way. Yeah.
That's a powerful line. She's got some fucking powerful lines in this album.
Truly. Literally
So
every other
powerful.
line I'm like, wow.
I know, and we haven't even been listening to half of them.
I know.
Do it again.
I've listened.
I wonder if this is about Scooter. Taking my time because you
Oh,
took
I bet
everything
it
from her. 'Cause
is.
You did take everything from her.
Oh my god, I bet it is. Master of spin, like a spin master, spin doctor.
Like someone who like spins everything, so they like make it feel like it's something else.
Yeah.
It will be about Scooter. Like you beat me and beat me until my claws came out. Then you wanted to hang me. You took everything from me.
Yeah.
Scooter Braun.
Fucking Scooter.
Who's the other one? The one who actually sold them to Scooter. Both of them are bad.
I don't know, because it was like her manager that like knew her for years and years.
Knew her
and
for
then
years and years. Knew she hated
sold
Scooter. And
it
then
to
sold us
him.
to Scooter. Yeah. I like this one a lot. It's very witchy vibes.
It is.
It's like, fuck you for what you did. I'm gonna go get my fucking witch's pot and I'm gonna curse you.
Yeah, I think this song is a curse
This is-
for men.
Yeah, this is my storyline in that story where it's like I have become a witch and live in the woods to curse men and help women with what was it, pregnancy?
Yeah. Or like love potions. Which one's this?
Epiphany.
Oh,
we're
this
nearing the end.
This is a nice one. Yeah, it's this one, then Betty, then Peace, then Hoax.
Is Hoax the last one?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Which is interesting because I would have thought it would end on Peace, but then there's another one, but I don't really know what the vibe of Hoax is.
I don't remember. I added this one to my monthly playlist, so I must have really liked it.
It's very soft. I think this feels a bit like Daylight.
Yeah, I love Daylight. I love that it ties back to Red, and Daylight is like, I used to think everything was burning red, but actually it's just like
golden.
soft pink, like soft pink and golden like Daylight. I love that. Like I used to be like so angry and so passionate and so in love, but actually like it's like that line in the Florence Machine song where she's like, it's hard to talk about happiness because how do you describe just like two people sitting like
Happiness,
calmly together?
Happiness is a very
calm.
uneventful thing.
Yeah,
That's what she says.
Yeah, because happiness is like calm.
Very chilled.
Like it's like you don't have to be like happy to like, have achieved happiness. Yeah, it's hard to write about being happy because happiness is such an uneventful subject.
It talks about like med school in this one, so I don't really
Is
know
that
what
definitely what
that's
she said?
about. Yeah, because it's like she says like doctor or something earlier as well. Hold your hand through plastic, like coronavirus.
No, what if it's about her mum? Like, Doc, I think she's crashing out. Something she just can't speak about.
It's about grief and like illness and things, I think.
Or maybe it's just about grief in general. Like, if you have to go to the hospital during Corona and hold someone's hand through plastic.
Yeah.
Maybe she was just
too
like
sad.
inspired by that kind of idea.
Yeah.
Or maybe she knew someone, I don't know.
Ooh, it's about like processing.
Yeah, like sleeping for 20 minutes and thinking. This is like, it must be about illness and grief. Like, soon you'll get better.
Yeah.
Which I never listened to because it's too sad.
It's too sad.
I wonder if this like happened, you know?
Mm.
Because it seems to be like very much like about this one moment of like desperation, and she like dreams the answer.
Yeah.
Like some epiphany, like everything's going wrong, and then she rests for a bit and has an epiphany. Ooh, like lockdown. Rests for a minute, has an epiphany.
I.e. the album.
Like,
Betty! Just when you're like all soothed, this is such a bop. This is also kind of a bop, I think, because of the
when
harmonica.
I first heard it, I didn't know it was from James's perspective, and I was like, why is there any question? This
Yeah,
is
it's because the girl later says like, James, get in the car.
But if you don't hear that,
Yeah.
this is like even more than like that Lord song where it's like, do you girls swing alone? And like people were like, what?
Kiss in a cheek, but it's me alone.
Yeah. Which I love that song, but also
I
like
do as well.
for a moment you're like, what? But this is like, you could just listen to the whole song and be like, wait, so stuff is gay.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this, and it gives me such like teen movie like vibes.
Yeah.
Like, I can see it in my head.
Same. It's so like, I play the movie in my head.
Yeah. Classic teen film vibe. Someone said it was like supposed to be like a teenage love triangle. Well, it is because she said homeroom, which is like 4 minutes in America.
It's so interesting the way that you can listen to it and interpret it one way. You can interpret it so like gaily, and then on the other side, like for James, like he's turning up at the party to be like, it was just a summer thing, like I'm sorry I cheated on you, like the gossip. But then also you can be like, it's just a summer thing of gayness, let's be together.
Oh yeah.
Was what I did to you. Yeah, it is kind of Jamesy, like the affair.
Yeah, well, the first time I heard it, I was like, the worst thing that she ever did is what she did to her, and I thought that they were like in love, and she was like, I just can't do it.
Yeah.
Because of like what we were talking about before with like the pressure and stuff.
Yeah.
And like that's because I just didn't know that there was this fictional thing going on. So I was like, the worst thing she ever did was like love so purely and couldn't commit to it. Like we hear a lot in the earlier songs where she's like, you would have been the one, but it just wasn't the right time, and then like, yeah, alas.
But she misses her.
He misses her.
Or she.
Yeah, maybe James is a girl. Because James Blake Lively's daughter is a girl.
This is the other girl.
That poor girl.
Yeah.
And
He
is it
just
August?
used that. Yeah, let's call her August. He just used August. Like,
And August was so
she
in
was
love.
like waiting for him to love her, but he still loves Betty. So why are you even with her?
Somebody make a film out of these 3 songs.
Truly.
This song feels such like classic country Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
Where she has
I
a full
love
story.
this. Yeah, and like
Like,
harmonica.
it's like Tim McGraw.
Yeah,
Like when you get the full story, or like what's that one where it's like White Horse and he comes back and there's a letter of boxes under her bed.
Yeah.
Box of letters. Oh, don't take him back, James. James is scum.
James trash, but if it's Taylor, take her.
Oh yeah, who could deny Taylor? I wonder if she like was inspired by a certain teen film or just like the teen film vibe.
Death by a Thousand Cuts is about that movie on Netflix. Can't remember. It's the 3 women best friends.
Yeah.
But that song is about that movie.
She said that.
Yeah.
Why did she write that specifically about that movie?
To know she loved it, seemingly.
Fair enough. That's why I think like Taylor Swift gets her relatability from. She's just like, I love this, I will write a song. You know what? Christmas Tree Farm.
I was thinking about Christmas Tree Farm just the other day, and I was like, what a bop!
Christmas Tree Farm is a bop, and also just like so precious.
In my heart is a Christmas tree farm.
And so emotional. I love Christmas Tree Farm. Amazing.
Yeah, I want it to be Christmas so I can listen to Christmas Tree Farm.
Ooh, look at that like little blue sky peeking through with the airplane thing. Beautiful.
Yeah, the
Bellissimo.
Angst sky is stunning.
Angst sky is quite cold though now.
Yeah, well, we're only two songs from the end.
Well, we have to do the first 2 again.
Oh, true. and recap our thoughts. And then we have to go to Sainsbury's.
I think we had the most articulate thoughts in the first two.
Yeah, the rest of us have just been us going, ooh.
We've had some thoughts, but the first two
were really like
for
poetic,
analysis, whereas
yeah.
these ones, like, and also because I didn't have as many thoughts, I had to listen to it more, whereas I already had thoughts about the first two.
Yeah, they're your favourites.
Well, yeah, well, I like the one has very like provocative lyrics that make you think.
The video of Cardigan we can analyse when we watch it, but now that I have heard like and listened to it properly, I see what the imagery is meaning in the video.
Oh, really?
This is another one where it's like, I can never give you peace, like we're like in
Stuck at a
love,
stalemate.
but like
you
you're
just
just
never
not
be
right for each
together.
other.
This is where she like comes out afterwards and is just like, this was all about this film. The whole album is about this film. That would be interesting, wouldn't it, if she just picked a film that she loved and like wrote a song from every character's perspective.
That would be cool, to be fair.
It would.
Would it be enough if I could never give you peace?
Yeah.
That would be enough.
You paint dreamscapes on the wall.
Ooh.
The idea of he's like saying he's gonna have a dream, he can make a dream come true.
Ooh.
Wasting your honor. Like this is one that is like he's really loyal and she's like, I just can never be at peace with the idea that we should be together. Hang on, I need to pause it. I'd give you my sunshine, give you my best, but the rain is always gonna come if you're standing with me. That's so sad.
Oh my
God.
They can never have a quiet life.
They can never have a
This
quiet
is real.
This is real.
Fully real.
This is fully real because she's like, oh, well, the sunshine. Like we have this absolutely beautiful love, but like I can never be at peace with it because it's constantly going to be destroyed, and you deserve better. You know, yeah, it's like that fucking Bastille song where it's like, I hope that you're happier. Like I love you, but I'm letting you go so that you can be
love that
happier.
song.
And this is exactly that vibe, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like I love you.
I bet
but
this
as
is
long,
a conversation that they've had.
as long as you're standing with me, you'll be in the rain too.
Oh
Which I
my
bet
god.
that's gotta be,
Give you a
like,
child, she says that so like softly and like anxiously. She's like, because I bet they're like thinking about it, but it's just so stressful.
No, I don't think it's about Joe. I feel like it must be like
Oh, do you reckon?
pre-Reputation era, you know, when all her relationships were being like torn apart, and that's why she made Joe so secret. That it was like, she's like literally like, you can never be with me because everything that I love gets rained on. You
But
know,
I
and then
bet
she
that
took-
anxiety follows through.
Oh,
you
probably
know?
does follow through, but then she took that like big
Break.
where she didn't date anyone because she was like, everyone who I date gets destroyed, and she like loved all these people, and then they just like got destroyed.
Oh my
Let's
god.
continue. That was a breathtaking moment.
Yeah,
It required a pause.
Truly, that was insane. That's like the saddest line I've ever heard in my life.
And go. All these people think our love is for show, but I would die for you in secret. Oh my gosh. She did a few relationships where people were like, oh, this is just for show.
Yeah.
With like Tom Hiddleston and like Harry Styles and people. And she was like, actually, I loved you so much, but she can never get peace because she just gets hounded. Like, she doesn't get peace. Oh my gosh, would it be enough if I can never give you peace? Like, they're absolutely in love, but they can never have the peaceful like life that he like wants, where he just wants to like raise a child and like live in peace, and she can't provide that.
That's
so she
so
loves him, and she has to let him go.
That's so interesting, because you would think like the title peace, you're like, oh, they've found peace and like happiness, they've like settled in, like it's like daylight in a way. Like,
Yeah, but it's
it's misleading. Yeah, it's a misleading title.
Well, it's like, we should have peace,
But we
because we're so in
can't.
love, but we can never have peace, so I have to let you go.
This
God,
is the
that's
end of
sad.
the album.
Yeah.
I don't really know what this one is. So.
Only one, the smoking gun. It's all about like a relationship that she loved so much, the whole album, but like just couldn't survive.
Yeah.
Like my eclipsed sun, that's like they have this beautiful sun love, and something eclipsed it, like cut it off, darkened it, frozen her ground.
That's like the image in Out of the Woods, you know, when she gets all frozen.
Give me a reason.
Your faithless love is the only hoax I believe in.
God, this whole album is really sad.
She loves the sadness. She's like addicted to the sadness of it.
My barren land, I am ash from your fire.
Oh my god.
She doesn't want to be miserable with anyone else but him. You know what the sadness in the world would do?
Left
Left
apart
apart
in
in
New York. They pulled me apart.
It still hurts underneath my scars when they pulled me apart. That's so intense. I know exactly what that's about. What you did was just as dark as being like pulled apart by people relentlessly. Did she just say girl? Girl, and this was just as hard.
I didn't notice. Go back.
No, well, I think this whole album is about cauliflowers.
It's interesting that her middle name is Elizabeth, which is Betty.
It's interesting that this whole album is like, I loved you, but it couldn't be.
Mm.
And then she keeps being like, New York and the woods is linked to cauliflowers. We can hope. But now cauliflowers is friends with like Scooter Braun, she said.
Oh, is that why they're not friends anymore?
Yeah.
Rough. Why'd you choose a trash man over Taylor Swift?
I think Taylor Swift broke her heart by saying, we can't do this.
That's it just kind of fades out.
Yeah, there's no
like big
round
ending. No, it just kind of peters out.
Oh, it's such like a succinct album, like all the way through. It's full of like really mellow emotions. Like literally, like we were saying, where I used to have like really bright red emotions as younger, and then you grow up and it's like all these like shades of grey that like go into one another, like in theory, because she's always been like, oh, cheating is bad, he cheated on me, that's bad.
But now she's seeing the other sides.
Explores all the other sides of like the shades of grey.
Yeah.
Like this is such like a, and the album is grey. This is such like a shade of grey album. Like red is like, I'm passionate, I'm angry, I'm in love.
Yeah.
And this is like all of that like just goes together. Like she's almost saying like she can be in love now and also like
Appreciate her
the
past loves.
and be like, what would have happened if that one was the one?
Yeah.
And like, I still miss this, but it's okay to miss this and be it's like really embracing all the shades of
Well, she's like Joe said when he saw the like album art and stuff, he was like, people will call this her most mature work, but it is because she's like 30 or whatever. She's lived a life, you know,
and she's like exploring things properly. Like
she's not being confined with like, this is the album concept and it has to be this. She's just like, I'm gonna write about what I want.
Literally, she's just like not trying to please anyone. Like there's absolutely no song in here that she's like trying to make a hit. There's not one song that you're like, she wants that to be a number one song.
Yeah,
like she's not trying to please
true.
anyone. She's not like, oh, you must write a breakup song, you must write a love song, like you must write this big poppy number for kids. Like it's literally like she's just writing what she wants to write, and it's because it was never really like, it's not designed to see the light of day. Like I feel like she just wrote these like bit by bit.
Hello.
Where she wrote these bit by bit and then was like, I'm putting it out there. And it's like just her decision, what she wanted to write. Mellow. The whole album is shades of grey and mellow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Is the album called In the Trees?
It's the what?
Is the album called In the Trees?
No, it's called Folklore.
Oh yeah.
In the Trees is like the CD name of the.
I was gonna say, because In the Trees makes a lot of sense. Like she's like amidst all these different things and they all blend together. Like, you know, when you look up,
like in a forest,
you can't tell which tree is which, and it's like you've got this like tree of like all your different morals that knit together, and also all your different emotions. Like she can feel love for one person whilst regret for that person, missing that person, but also like seeing all these different sides. And Folklore is interesting because it's the idea of like stuff being passed down, and she's written all her stories into songs, so she can go back and be like, that's how I felt, and stuff mellows over time. But like if you go back and listen to Better Than Revenge, there's like no denying to yourself that she was angry in that moment, even if now you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Like she's friends with Joe Jonas's wife. And she's just like, she doesn't care, but at the time you go back and you're like, whoa, that's a strong emotion. And with age, everything mellows and becomes great. Oh, we've hacked this.
Wow.
We have hacked the imagery, Taylor, and it is magnificent. Magnificent.
Oh my god.
Should we listen to the first two?
Yeah.
It'll only take like 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I believe we've hacked the imagery of this.
Oh my god.
Of this.
Because that's what.
That's what happens with age. That's what we, well, you and also me, are always saying is that like everything in the moment is like so intense. And it must be so interesting to like be like 30 and had so many experiences as Taylor had, and like each one of them was like so incredibly like monumental at the time, like important, all over the news at the time, and just to look back and just see like it are washed in grey, like that nothing stands out, but she can be like, oh, this was a boy who broke my heart, but like now it's just like
now I send their babies presents.
Yeah, now it's just like a little peak in the line. She's got a line of her life and it peaks a little bit, but it's no longer like the up, down,
and like
up, down.
It's like all these different perspectives, like whereas she would like when she was like Better Than Revenge, she was like, I have been wronged, but
Yeah,
now
she
she's
didn't
got
care
that
about the other
that
woman's
other perspective. Like they always say in therapy, right, when you have healed yourself, you can respect other people's realities, and that all different realities are all valid and all coexist.
That's what we were saying on that walk, is that like as soon as you've like analyze yourself and you try to like therapize yourself, then you realize you can like empathize with other people and see like what's behind, and you can accept different realities. So you can be like, I was hurt by this, but they were hurt by this, and like two wrongs don't make a right at all, but like that you can like empathize with the other person's side, even though all at the time you could feel was anger or like hatred, and you'd be like, why would they do this to me, this is horrible. And now you like take a step back and
when
you
have the distance,
and you're like, I now know why they did it, and I can, and I'm not saying it's right, but I can empathize with it.
Exactly.
Crazy. We must listen to the first two songs again, because we only had this podcast idea on song number 3.
We go back because we had good thoughts. I can't remember what our thoughts were.
The one is very analyzable. I said that I think it was about Calvin because of the Gatsby line.
Oh yeah. But Carly was also there at that time, so it's open to interpretation.
We love Carly.
Oh, I said it's like the flip of the coin of the opening of I Forgot That You Existed, where you like are like smiling through it and you're like, oh, I'm over it, I
forgot that you existed,
and then
like,
it's like, oh no, wait,
I
still feel it though.
What
like
if you were the one? Like, and it's okay to acknowledge that you feel it and still be happy. Like she was like, I need to get over it to be happy, but now she's like, it's okay.
You can accept
I can be
it.
like, what would have happened if he was the one, and still be happy.
Yeah.
Yes, you never know.
If you never bleed, you're never gonna grow.
It's true.
It's all right now.
This is the album of Taylor who went to therapy.
Truly.
We're roaring 20s, throwing pennies in the pool, because that whole era was like she was throwing these big parties and she was like
and jumping
a
in the
recluse
pool
in the Gatsby house. In my defense, I have none. Never leaving well enough alone.
Oh, she just keeps returning to it because she can't.
She keeps like re-picking the
She
scab
can't
of it.
leave well enough alone.
Yeah, she's like, but what if, and then she heals, and then she's like, what if, and like when she's digging up a grave that's like sealed.
Yeah.
Stringer's doing cool shit. She did.
She's like fantasizing about what they're doing. She's like imagining what they're doing.
I think this one is my favourite one. I love this one.
It is interesting.
It's interesting,
I
and
didn't
also,
really
I think,
notice it the
like,
first time round.
Very like cool melodic to listen to.
Yeah.
The greatest loves of all time are over now. So it's like, what if we were the greatest love of all time? And they do all end, like all those like big famous loves, they like exist for a time.
True.
Like honestly, like loves that last are never like famous.
No.
Because they burn too bright if they're famous.
True.
Like Brangelina.
Like Brangelina, like Will Smith and Jada.
They're still together, aren't they?
Oh, did you not see all the discourse?
Yeah, but they didn't break up, did they?
They broke up for a time and now they're back together, but they were like, bad marriage forever. Like they've like accepted that like they're not very happy.
You've been the one. I love this song. I love that we can just see like a slither of the sunset as well. If one thing had been different, right person, wrong time. It's that like constant like we were something. This is another one where I was like, it's really about this relationship that is like, we were so good, but like it just couldn't be.
Chosen family is a gay concept. She says chosen family twice.
She says chosen family. She said we hid in the closet for too long in the other one. Those are both gay words. And then like she just seems to be like reminiscing on this like really beautiful pure love that just could never be. And that's I mean, I don't really believe that it's about anything like that. But
it's
like,
just
but
nice
it's like,
that it's available
very
for that
easy,
interpretation.
Like, interpretation. Like it would have been fun if you would have been the one. The sunset's nice behind you actually. Not amazing, but nice.
It's nice and pink. Onto the cardigan.
oh, is this guy like taking advantage of? When you're young, you assume you know nothing. Like, he's like turning up and she's all dressed up and he's all dressed up and he's like, you'll definitely want me. You know, like, very Dear John, like, you thought I was a naive girl, but actually I know exactly what you're trying to do. This one's beautiful, I love it.
I really do like this one.
It's interesting, like, because we've gone through and we listened to August and we listened to Betty, and this seems like such a pure song of like a new meeting, and then you're like, you know that it goes wrong.
Yeah.
I do, like we said before, the word in the song is very forced, but I do like the metaphor, like,
Of the cardigan.
and we said Toy Story too, like she plays with Jessie and then discards her onto the bed.
But that doesn't flow as well.
Yeah. I was Jessie, threw me under the bed. Giving me your weekends, playing
But
hide
not
and
the
seek.
week then.
Hiding and seeking her.
New York, the High Line.
Another reference to New York. And potentially Carly. You put me on and said it was favourite. It really just seemed like she's like, oh, he thought I was really naive, and he was just like, oh, if I take her out for fancy clothes and fancy dinners, she'll like not notice what's going on. And she's like, she did notice. Like, you discarded me, I don't notice this, and you played hide and seek, and I noticed. Stars around my
No, you drew stars around my scars, but now I'm bleeding.
Fuck. This girl's been to therapy.
Marked me like a bloodstain.
That's interesting. Like,
Peter losing Wendy. We said about Peter losing Wendy that,
it's very like the one where it's like, what would happen if the ending was different?
yeah, or like when she rewrote Romeo and Juliet, and it's like a really young and naive thing to like want to change the ending, but you can't really do that. That's like something she did when she was younger, but you can't.
Like believed in these fairy tales, but actually Peter loses Wendy.
Yeah.
I thought like stars around the scars is really interesting. Like, tried to patch up her scars, but only superficially. Like, drew something nice around it. Didn't put like
Didn't
a bandage
acknowledge
over it.
yeah.
Just put like drew something nice over it in the hope
to
that
like
it would
distract
hide it
from it.
hide it, and actually it just made it worse. This girl went to therapy. You'd come back to me. It's like that same.
Did she take him back even though it wasn't right?
She did. She's Betty.
Oh, it's
This is
Betty.
Betty.
This is Betty's.
Perspective, yeah.
Oh, I see. That makes sense.
Yeah, but also it's the same like really
He like
sad
played games with her.
Yeah, it's the same as the like really sad hope from August, where she's like, oh, the hope was enough, like, I'm waiting for you to come back and I knew you would.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of like the hope that you would come back is enough. And like in August, what was the line? Like, oh, I knew it could never last, but
Oh, you were never mine.
you were never
or
mine,
whatever.
but that was enough to be like yours for that little amount of time.
It's so interesting that it's Betty first, and then August and illicit affairs, the two affair ones in the middle, and then James being like, I want Betty back.
Yeah, because Betty is like almost like the least deep one of them all.
Yeah.
And it's from like a man's perspective. Like, the other ones are like all these like really complicated, sorrowful emotions. And James is like, I want you back, Betty.
Betty, I'm sorry.
Kiss me on the porch.
Betty, please.
And she takes him back, but she's like young, she's a teenager. And you know, like 15, when like the song 15, when she was like, reflecting on her teenagers, and she's just like, we did not know any better.
Yeah.
Like that girl, there's like, someone needs to tell that girl that like she'll do better things than date the guy on the football team.
Yeah.
Like, someone needs to go back and tell that girl, like, you are worth more than this. But when you're in high school, like, she's like, I didn't know at 15 that I would do better things than date the guy on the football team. I didn't know of my own power, of my own worth. This woman went to therapy and she discovered feminism. Although she discovered feminism in like 1989.
My favourite quote from her documentary was when she was like, oh, I'm sorry, am I speaking too loud at my house that I bought writing songs about my own life?
Yeah, she's literally like, she's been told for so long to like keep quiet, you know, like when they didn't want to speak out about politics, like keep quiet, keep your like good girl demeanor, like keep like pure, and like the idea that like you are not bad in any way and you're like this perfect pure girl. And then she's just like, no, fuck you. Like, I built this empire from the ground up. It's mine. I will say what I want. I will feel what I want. Like, I have done things greater than date the guy in the football team, and I will shout about it.
Yes.
Like, oh my god, Taylor Swift's entire discography, I could write a million dissertations on it. Like, the way it just like weaves together, and you literally see her grow up, like 15. She's like reflecting on being 15, but the age she was when she wrote 15, she's reflecting on that now.
Yeah, she was
like,
still young then.
Like, this is a reflection on like the teen films, but the teen films, like, she was that age when she wrote 15 because she was like 18, right? 19, and she's like, I didn't know it at 15, and now she's like, oh sweet, you didn't know it at 19.
Yeah.
Like, and I think it's so interesting, like, when you keep on going on learning, you know, because like when we got to uni, we were like 18, you were like, oh, I can't believe I did that at like 15, and now we're like, I can't believe you did that at 18. Like, I can't believe that you thought you were okay. Like, I can't believe that you thought you knew things. But I probably look back when we were like 30 and be like, poor sweet little 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, they knew nothing.
Yeah, truly. All the time I'm just like, I feel like I know things, but then I know that in 5-10 years I'll just be like, oh, stupid.
But you have to know what you think now.
Yeah.
Like, it's important to like have faith in
doesn't
yourself now. It doesn't
invalidate.
invalidate it. But it must be so cool to, like, if you live to like 90 and like, I have a sound of mind and I just like, this is what I thought then, this is what I thought then, this is what I thought, and this is what I think now. And just to have like all this wisdom, because like so much wisdom you can only get from experience.
It's true. It's
like,
true.
Like, for so many things,
The
like,
only way you learn is through experience. What did she say? If you don't bleed, you don't grow.
Yeah, it's true. If you don't bleed, you don't grow.
It's true.
It's true. It's true, true, true. We are signing off on our podcast.
With that, we leave you.
We must go to Sainsbury's. Alas, but a lovely time.
Yeah, we'll do. Shall we do?
I really want to do red because you don't know it as well.
Well, shall we do all of them? Like, we could start from the beginning, or we could go backwards from now. Or
yeah,
we could
but
do
we know
random
Lover.
ones.
I think we should start with red.
Okay.
Because red is also like a lot to analyze. But like, you don't know it as well.
No.
And I know it inside out.
Yes, let's do red.
Okay.
Well, tune in next time.
Tune in next time. Goodbye. How do we stop?